We're going to go straight to questions first. Can I first start with Jed May and then Anthony Dasher?
Hey, Coach. Something you've mentioned a few times this year is trying to expand the game of these grad transfers and get them to do stuff, I guess, that they haven't done at other points in those careers. Just how, I guess, what goes into that process, on the press court, and how is that, I guess, how are you seeing that come along with those guys like Justin Kier, PJ Horn, and Andrew Garcia?
Well, I think the first thing is you just stay truly committed to individual player development when you're building ball handling, shooting skills, cutting, guarding different people than maybe what you were used to in the past, those type of things. And really it just comes down to the fundamentals and staying true to it, but at the same time, not getting away from what they do well now. So you're because it's all about confidence, right? If you don't have confidence to do it, then it really doesn't matter. So it's taking wherever they're at, working with that, but then continuing to add to the point where they feel confident with it, that they can execute it in a game. And so I think range becomes a part of that. The biggest thing right now for everybody is some of the simplicity of being ready to shoot the ball, having the proper footwork, understanding that there's a lot of movement in our offense, and it's not paint by numbers. You got to keep going. You've got to keep looking for cuts, looking for your shot. But at the end of the day, you've got to catch the ball ready to do something. So if you're ready to shoot it, well, then you're probably ready to pass it or drive it. So I think not getting away from what the main fundamentals are, and then trying to build as we go. And I think they've been doing a good job of that.
Hey, Tom, what's the backstory on Jaxon Etter? I mean, what you saw from him when y'all elected to, have him walk on? What did you see from him to give him that chance?
Well, I think he's just continued to improve. He was in the program obviously all last year, competed every day. One of the most competitive guys that we've got. He's did a great job this offseason with getting better. Whether he was home or whether he was here, he's definitely gotten stronger, using his strength more. And we've always viewed him as a contributor here, even when he's not playing much. And I believe he's an SEC player. And I think that's the good news about it, is that he's improved his shooting. The strength is showing up in the game. He understands cutting and moving without the ball. He was extremely well coached in high school. And it goes back to seeing him at our team camp and seeing him inside of that, and then finding out that he wanted to walk on. And to me, that was a no-brainer. So we love having him, and I think he's getting better and better for us.
Real quick, how is Tamani Kamara? Is he going to be able to play tomorrow night?
Well, we're hopeful. And there's not a lot more that I could get in that right now, but we're hopeful at this point.
All right, up next, we're going to have Chip Towers and then Andy Walsh.
Hey, Coach, I could just only guess that you have some Cincinnati Bearcat stories, but I just what comes to your mind when you think about Cincinnati Bearcats and just getting ready to take on that program, not just this team?
Relentless toughness. And there's no doubt that when I got started as a head coach, every day I would open up this. I didn't know how to do much on the internet. I still don't, but I knew how to open up the Cincinnati Enquirer and the Louisville Courier-Journal. And when John Calipari went to Memphis, I learned how to open up the Memphis Commercial Appeal too, because I thought that every day, everything we did at Marquette was going to run through those programs. And we had great battles with Cincinnati, just phenomenal battles with them. And you had to absolutely be locked into execution. You had to be locked into togetherness. But if you didn't come with a high level of toughness, if you didn't have your hard hat packed, home or away, it was going to be a problem. And that's what I see in Cincinnati. And I think that's what that program has always stood for.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Coach, more specifically, what kind of threats does this, specific Cincinnati team pose? And does seeing them play like a quality opponent like Tennessee and getting them film like that, does that help in preparation, especially with, almost a week of preparation, I guess? 6 weeks.
Well, they played a tough schedule. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They played South Florida the other night. They played Furman, who's a very good team. Lipscomb was leading for much of the game. They played Xavier. So they played a really, really tough schedule. They're battle tested. There's no doubt about that. The differences are they are by far the most physical and biggest team that we'll have seen. They have big, strong physical guards and wings that we have not seen yet. that are going to come in and try to be incredibly aggressive and physical with our team. They're big inside, without question, size-wise, and they score a lot at the rim. They pounded the ball inside the other night against South Florida. They get on the offensive glass. They're a very, very good team, and without question. John's an excellent coach. They're a deep team, and they can get into the bench 9 deep at least, and they pose a lot of problems. But I'd say that the ability to score in the half court, the ability to have multiple people score in the half court, the ability to get on the glass, and then defensively, because of that physicality and aggressiveness, they get up into you, they make it hard for you to do what you want to do, and they can change defense as well. So it's going to be a major challenge for us.
All right, and the final 2 questions, we're going to have Mark Weiser and then Ryan Curley.
I want to ask you, how many of the newcomers did you never meet face-to-face or get on campus before they committed?
4.
4?
4. The 3 grad transfers and Ty McMillan.
Okay. So when it comes to recruiting now for kids you're pursuing, given the nature of it this cycle, how do you feel about making that connection virtually?
You have no choice. I mean, I don't know if it really matters how you feel. I just don't think you have a choice. And hopefully you've met some of them over a period of time, whether they've been on campus for unofficial visits a year ago or you've had a chance to see them play. But I don't think, with the recruiting period not going to even be looked at again at changing till April 15th, I don't think you have a choice with it. And I think this is where video comes in, talking to people that have a background with that person, paying attention, reading what you can get your hands on as you go down the line. A lot of video, there's no doubt about it. And then how you feel when you're when you're virtually with them, whether it's Zoom, whether it's FaceTime, whatever it is. And you've got it. It's not the normal measuring sticks. You don't have an idea of surroundings a lot, like who's really around somebody and who's really influencing someone. Because you don't get a chance to interact and see it. So there's a lot of guesswork that goes into it, but this is, I think, where you just got to absolutely stay true moving forward to your values. And when we can get in front of somebody or we can get them on campus, and I'm sure the other schools feel the same way, it makes a difference. But you can't do that right now. So you've got to do the very best you can do with the information that you have, and hope that you connect on the connect the bat a little bit, right? Like you connect and use a baseball analogy, that you don't swing and miss, that you connect. And I think that's what we're trying to work on.
Hey, Coach, you guys had a week off. Is there anything specific that you tried to tune up in practice?
Yeah, we've tried to move people around in the offense and get people more comfortable. We tried to get our speed game right. We're trying to get our defensive half court and full court abilities right. We're trying to make sure that we're not overworking, especially with a busy week of exams. And certainly we've seen some of, it's a challenge, right? There's a lot being asked of them the last couple of weeks, including this week. So we try to be very cognizant of that, but we're really, the most important thing is we're trying to get across to them how good Cincinnati is and that we have not faced anybody like this at all yet, and what that's going to entail.
All right, thanks.